October 3rd, it is currently 80 degrees, which I may add is a very hot 80 degrees. I was sweating at 10 o'clock this morning, which is too warm for me, especially in October. But we are out at the pit. Has not rained since I last hauled liquids out of here. So I guess we're going the skid loader route. So it begins. And of course, since it's a nice 80 degrees, I figured why not haul with the tractor that's got no air conditioning so I can really sweat it out today. Keeps me fit. But combine's still rolling. We've got one combine operator, one guy running trucks, and one guy sitting at the dryer unloading a truck. So basically the guy driving truck just drops off a full one, takes an empty one, picks up a full one, drops it off, yada yada. So they got that covered, and me being there would just be redundant. So I'm gonna get started on this pit and hopefully have her knocked out. I don't even want to put a timeline on it because there's so many variables and what can happen, but if I can keep at it a month, maybe. We'll see. Depends how serious we take this and how serious other people take this and pulling me off the tractor and delaying my manure hauling. But that's kind of my number one priority, because if I can go into winter with that empty and just kind of haul a little bit to maintain it, I don't have to deal with freezing cold weather all winter trying to get manure spreaders unfroze, all that. And it not quite a winter off, but pretty close. About as close as you're gonna get, I guess. Let's go. The tractor may not have AC, but at least the skid loader does. Oh yeah. Loading ain't so bad. I like loading. Well, we are spreading our third and last load with this rig. I don't know, the hydraulics are being weird and it's not doing a very good job of lifting the gate. Plus the spreader's really long and narrow, so when you go up the hill, you know, your front end's probably that much higher than the back end, so most of it leaks. So you can't fill it very full, which hasn't really been a problem yet, but well, I'll show you when we get to it. But I think I'm going to unhook the little blue tractor off that slurry tank and put it on the slinger. The one spreader I welded the auger in, that's got a sprocket and a bearing out now, so I gotta wait to get parts for that, but we're making progress anyway. Getting the field painted. Just gonna finish out the day with something else. On to the next one. I should really try to find a jack for that one of these days. I feel like I had it halfway through the summer. If I know me, I just set it up in the shed somewhere, but I could not find it. Which means it might be in the other shed. Or along the bale pipe. I don't know. Somewhere. So there's what I meant about going up the hill with that Meyer spreader. And this was just, apparently the back door isn't closed all the way, or it kind of creaked up. I don't know, but not ideal. Anyway, we got the slinger on, got it all greased up. Hopefully it's good to go. I say that because it hasn't been used since, I think I used it a little this spring, but it's been sitting there for the most part and everything seemed good. So I guess if it's gonna break, might as well break now while it's half decent out. If I would have known that it only took about 5 minutes to get that thing greased and hooked up, I probably would have just did it this morning and been done with it. Because this air conditioning is just awesome in here. It is working great. And I'll even have heat when I need it too. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't know if I was in kind of a blind rage when I got this thing put back together. Or not put back together, greased over. And yeah, I keep going back in my mind, and I know I hit every greaser, but it seemed like it went way too fast. So maybe I just take too long when I'm not mad. I don't know. Gotta love working in the heat. Well, we are slinging it. You could actually see if my window wasn't so dirty. I really like the way a slinger spreads. A lot better than the Myers. About 95% of it just leaves a streak in the field, about like a streak in the underwear. I'm sorry, but these poop jokes are just way too easy to make. Had to run to the feed store, check up, make sure the combine's still going. Out of the dust, good sign. Hopefully these stalks are nice and dry and ready to get rolled up. I like making corn stalks off this field. Lays nice, bales don't roll, and she usually yields pretty good. Looks like we're also dumping. Cool. Well, day one of scooping out of the pit is in the books. I'd say I made progress. Once you get to scooping, it's kind of a little harder because you don't drop. Oh, my phone just dropped face first. Wow. I'm not even mad because I got that on camera. That is why you don't do things and record. I need a GoPro. I'm sick of putting my phone in the line of danger. Well, I lost my wire for my gates, but luckily in the Rockster I had this chain with a little bolt, so I got that bolted. That's something good. That needed to be done about 20 years ago because I'm sick of wiring these gates together. Oh my god. I guess that's theirs now. So I'll walk in. Just kidding. Get! Go away! Go! 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 Yeah. Slobber over everything. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Thanks for that. That's nice. Well, we got the old blue big horse hooked up. We're gonna go do some bat winging on some corn stalks of all the fields they got done around home here. Kind of waited to see if we got rain this morning, and that passed over us. It kind of kept on looking like it was gonna rain today, but skies are clearing up, and I guess if it's down it'll get rained on, or if it's up it'll get rained on. Ain't much we can do about that, but we're gonna get this punched out quick, and hopefully we get some good drying weather and make nice dry corn stalk bales, because the wet ones really suck. Well, we got our first field done. Even did a little trim. That field kind of borders the hay field down the hill. Like, there was some stuff growing up. There's a tree about that big around it. Put an end to its life. Sorry about it. And then I went around the woods and cleaned up where brush was kind of creeping in on the field. And that's how that mirror ended up like that. But it's gotten good. I got one gearbox that's leaking oil. So instead of changing a seal, which would involve dropping the whole cutter carrier, which last time it was like a 3-day project, and that was on the wing. This one's the middle one, so you got to either get under the mower. You either got to get under the mower or somehow block it up, lift it up, which just sounds very dangerous. So instead of swapping the seal, I just put 3 tubes of grease in it and then filled it up with gear oil. So I think it's fine. It ain't making any noise yet. So. On the next one. Well, we got some good going here, so we'll take a look at how she's doing. A little bare dirt there. The stalks must have not been too heavy, but I was thinking if we just got a chopping corn head, I wouldn't have to do this. But she is. They're standing stocks. Jesus Christ. They're standing stocks. That's what they look like, all chopped up. Bring the rake through and bale them right up. Looks like we probably got a bale's worth on the bat wing there. Oh well. Well, we just wrapped up all 1, 2, 3, 4 fields. Done with that. And as I was finishing about halfway done with the last one, I noticed our neighbor and his combine headed back to our place. So that means beans are getting started, which means I gotta take over the truck. So perfect timing. Look at that majestic beauty out there. And then look at that. That's what I get to clean up. Any expert farmer knows if you want a really clean grain sample, run it through the combine twice. Alright, the big bin at home is full, and that's got the big unload auger out of the bin. So that's from that bin we fill trucks out, and then we fill all the other bins we got around. Luckily this auger is already set up, but the lid is on the bin up there, so I gotta crawl up there, take that off, and hopefully I can just slide it off without raising the auger. We'll see. I think I'm just gonna raise the auger first, just so I don't have to climb up and down it. Then I gotta get the little loader tractor up. Well, I'm gonna have to get that out first, hook it up to PTO, hook it up to raise it, get it raised up, and then climb up there and start running it in. I checked, and luckily that bin's just under half full, so not gonna take a whole lot. Luckily earlier this year I helped punch up here, so that's every load of that I took. That's the load I don't have to haul now, which there'll be plenty of load. Alright, we're gonna see if we can break our chains Saturday's braking stuff, because even already early this morning I was already fixing something. We had a set of louvers here in front of that grill of that truck, and one of them broke through and went into the radiator, and apparently light, I guess they are metal, but radiators are a lot weaker than that. So I had to patch that, did another soldering job, and it looks like I'm 2 for 2 on those, so that's a new skill I got now. But got that done. We are currently picking soybeans and corn, so I gotta get this truck back out there, bring home a full truck of wet corn, and meanwhile we got dry corn hauling out. So just going every which way, doing everything. Well, after a lot of monkeying around and having to move people around, we got the truck out here. Combine was full waiting. Old gray Mac is loaded, ready to go home. Get this in the holding bin, and probably one more truck. The bin that they're hauling dry corn into is now full, so I don't know, there's so many things to do, and running out of time and running out of people. Well, we were pecking away getting these corn stalks rigged up, and those I went over twice. I went one way and then I came back on the next path, and I almost got to. I don't know if our rake just lost a step, or I don't know. There's kind of a difference. Some stalks are cut real short, some not so much. There's a whole bunch of grass and weeds in this stuff, and I think that's probably doing the biggest damage. Those are still trying to hang on as this thing comes along, but they're leaving a lot of green in there too, so this might be interesting. Well, I got kind of over this part of the field on the lower side, and a lot better raking. You can very easily tell where the rows are now. I don't know, there must just be less weeds on this side of the field compared to over there, but raking up good. Gonna be quite a few bales out here. Of course, they're gonna be wrapped with twine. Can't wait. Well, I'm all done with this field. And time to go milk some cows. Hopefully someone else rakes the other 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 more fields. And this was the smallest of them all, and took plenty long enough, but get to baling next, hopefully. Well, the plan today is we're gonna make some corn stalk bales. Happy to be back into my summertime office, and luckily this hose is just long enough, because one of my dad's favorite pastime is parking the skid loader right in front of the fuel barrel for some unknown reason. It might need fuel, but he parks it here hoping someone else will fuel it up for him, and usually I get to fuel it up for him. So I had to run up to the house and get some snacks for baling today, and I forgot I lit off a bunch of bug bombs in there, and I thought, how bad could it be? And then I walked in and there was just a fog, and it really stunk. So I hurried up, and as I reached for a Twinkie, I saw a spider. So he was fine. So I don't know what the fog's about, but I ain't dead yet. And of course, while I was fueling up, after I had the tractor and baler at the shop, that's when I noticed that a back tire on the tractor's a little low. So now I gotta drive it back up there, get some air in it. Not concerningly low, but just, I might as well throw air in it now because it's here. I don't think it's, hopefully it ain't flat. It's the opposite tire that was fixed last time. So, and the tires on this thing are pretty new, so must just have a tiny little hole in it. Maybe, I don't know, or it's just getting cold and it got a little height. I'm not a tire doctor. Yeah, just a little slump to her. That's better. Alrighty, we are out to the field and we got a few things to change up. We're just gonna zero out this one. It's good. Go settings, tie, and spacing. We gotta crank that down. We're gonna put a bunch of twine on here so these things stay up. It's weird because it's the spacing in between the twine. So the smaller the numbers, the more twine. It's weird. Whoop, what'd I do? Oh, got tie slot, there we go. Yeah, unfortunately we get to use twine, and let's bump that up to 2. These are gonna take forever to tie, but at least they'll should stay together. Well, we made it about 80 yards and we got our first bale going. Now we just wait. Actually ain't taking quite as long as I thought it'd be, so maybe I won't get to watch my Netflix movie today after all. Well, we just wrapped up the first field. 15 bales off there. I was expecting 30. A lot of stops. It's a good thing. Oh, not bad for a couple hours of baling. Would have took half the time if I was not wrapping them, but oh, the old twine string's a lot better to deal with in the winter, especially when you're just flinging a bale out there for a cow to roll around in. I guess we'll stick with it. Oh, man. I am nowhere near halfway done. We're already at 76, 77 tying right now, and yeah, gonna be a pile of bales. I'm all out of twine. Well, I'm not out of twine, but I got no extra, and I'm definitely going to be short. Which is fine and dandy. I'm not going to get done today anyway, so I can go get more before tomorrow, but now I'm just kind of hoping that I can get all this done before it starts raining. I think Wednesday? So I guess 2 days, I could probably get it done. What are we worried about? Well, the old man is on the last piece. Somehow he got the nice cushy job of running the baler today while I'm hauling dry corn. Not thrilled about that. Well, whatever. Hopefully, last time I talked to him, he was at about 160 So I'm guessing there should be about 140, well, 200 bales left. There should be 200 bales left. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to say. Some nice looking bales though. One of my favorite parts of when unloading corn is raising up the box when there's no one to watch to make sure you don't spill any corn over the tailgate. Did not spill a kernel. That's pretty close.